But you know what I started doing actually? My therapist put me onto this shit.
Okay.
It's like you write down the thing that you're judging, the thought that you're judging, the experience you're going through on a piece of paper, you know? And you look at it and you don't judge it for the first time. You know what I mean? Because when it's in your head, all you're able to do is just be like, I didn't write a song today. I wasn't creative. Right. Oh, I suck. And you know what? Last week I had the same thing. Like last week it sucked for me too. I must be a bad artist. You start labeling yourself, and this is all like below the conscious. Like this is like subconscious. Like this is just your experience as a creative person who's attached to what you do.
Right.
And so what I did 2 days ago was just that. I wrote it down, and I had therapy the next day, and I walked in and I was like, yo, like it worked. And she was
so
like,
cool.
that's fire.
How'd you
That's
feel
beautiful.
after that, like writing it down and processing it?
I felt phenomenal, and the timing was great too. So I had like a pretty bad day, wrote it down at night, put everything aside, went to sleep, got like a full 8 hours, woke up the next morning, and I was a different man.
Sleeping on it.
Sleeping
That's
on
great.
it.
That's crazy.
So, is that akin to like not judging your thoughts? Like,
Yes.
Identifying with the fact that you're not your thoughts.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
That's kind of exactly what that
Yes.
is. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because the more you identify with your thoughts, the more they are subject to judgment.
Yes.
Do you know?
Yes. And the more they influence your actions too.
Exactly.
But the thing that's tricky about that, because I understand that dichotomy, and that's like obviously a hard thing to work on, but I find it even harder to, because we identify so deeply with the work that we make as creatives because it inherently is a piece of us. So it's very hard to separate from that because it is us. You know what I'm saying? So I think, but you're not separating though. You're acknowledging it and accepting it. You're not saying this is not me. I reject this. You're saying this is me and I'm okay with it being me. You
That's
know
it.
what I'm saying?
That's it.
Yeah.
But no, you have a crazy point with the identification thing.
Yeah, wow.
Because like, if we're not our thoughts, I'm about to blow your minds.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
We
Let's
are
do it. I
not
wanna hear
our
it.
art.
We are not.
Do you guys hear that? We are not our art.
Dude, okay. Please
Fuck.
sell me on this.
Okay, so again, back in therapy, we talk about this a lot because she's basically telling me, she's like, I noticed something with you. I'm like, what is that? She's like, well, when you have a lot of like creative energy and like you write a lot of songs and you go to Vancouver and you work on songs every day for 2 weeks straight, everything is solved in your life. You're just in a good spot. And she's like, I think that's because you're so tied in with your art.
Yeah.
And I'm like yes, that's true. But like also like I'm not gonna not do art just so that I can like regulate my emotions. Do you know?
I hear what you're saying.
That
and
sounds detrimental.
I'm not gonna not do art.
What if art is a regulation of your emotions though?
Well,
I think
when there's
it is.
identification with it though, that's where that becomes skewed. It's almost like corruption in a way. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like you can't not like you can't not have the emotional sways because inevitably in art you're gonna have good art and bad art and good decisions, bad decisions.
okay,
Yeah.
I think I can add to that.
This is crazy.
You have said this, especially I remember it from your Silver and Gold trailer, that art is manic, and I feel like as artists, our job is to take the thresholds of mania and just kind of pull them in a little bit. Like
agree.
like the idea that you can get so manically high off of a fucking
God.
amazing idea. Like your job isn't to fucking like get rid of your mania and whatever.
No.
It's your job as an artist to regulate it. Regulate the fact that the low lows need to come up and that the high highs, they could be there, but they need to drop down a level. Like I don't know. I feel like if you can figure out that it's too high, then like you're in the wrong place. Like that's because you are just as susceptible to burning and crashing.
Even you crash harder when you're higher, right?
Oh, definitely. But I don't know. I feel like we do identify with our emotions though, and the whole idea and the advice that I've heard from psychology is that you should feel your emotion and you should understand it, but you should not let it dictate a reaction that is like detrimental to you or somebody else.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
Sure.
Like regulation.
Yeah, regulation, right? Exactly. So I think that like you can identify with a piece of art as being a piece of you, but it's just a piece of you in that moment, right? And tomorrow when I wake up, I'm a different person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was me yesterday, and maybe I don't love that. That's fine. You
I
know
have
what
a
I'm
funny
saying?
way to say it,
And
and
maybe if
I
I
agree.
do like the me that created this thing, and I do like the way it turned out, then it's fine. And
Yeah.
you
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
But do you see what you just did there?
What?
Was instead of controlling the emotions, you controlled the reaction to the
yeah,
emotions.
exactly.
Yes.
But
And
I
that's
still,
the key. You
right.
can't control emotions.
No.
Like emotions are inevitable.
No,
but
the more you control them, the worse they become.
exactly.
Yeah.
But how you evolve as a human being, and in our case, as artists who are dedicated to a craft that we identify with, it's changing the way that you react to failure.
Yeah.
And so this kind of ties
Oh
in
my
with
god,
the question.
dude, that was
Wow.
full fucking circle. Holy shit, bro.
no, dude.
Oh man,
and-
my head is dizzy. That was crazy.
That's what my father say. What am my mama? What am my right hand man? For the jump, be like.